G'day, Steve here, Woodworking Masterclass. I'd made a mistake in this harp here. I got a little bit overzealous and sanded through the veneer that this harlequin pattern was done with. Now I have the diamond I want here, which will ultimately fit and be inserted where I've sanded through there. Just going to get a router and clean that area out. It's always a good idea to do a test cut on the router on a scrap bit of timber to make sure you've gone deep enough and also haven't gone too far. So here's a scrap bit of timber I've cut down there. That's almost level, a little bit high maybe, but almost level with that. And that's what I'm looking for. If it's a little bit further down, you've got to pack it up with glue sometimes, which isn't ideal, but that's not too bad there. So this router is set to that depth. Put on my new iMuffs, the new iMuff G6 Wi-Fis. These are great, George. I love them, I really do. And cut down to that depth. Now that's as close as I really want to go. And I'll clean the rest of that out with a knife or a chisel. Now that should fit nice and snug in there. All I've got to do now is cut these corners off. Okay, and there it is. Now I've just got to glue it in, put a clamp on it, and we can proceed. Bring the glue pot over, pick this up, get a bit of glue in there, and on the back, make sure you got no sticky tape on the back. And then we just put it into place there. Push it down nice and hard. Take any of the excess glue off. It saves cleaning it up later on. If you've got a little veneer hammer, you can just push it down with that to make sure it's home. There you have it. So with the top, cooled on the top of that, grab a clamp and just clamp it hard. And that's it. When we take that off, we'll sand it back, all fixed. Hopefully. What I've got to do now is sand it, and I'm not using a random orbital. I'm going old school. I'm going back to a cork block and sandpaper because that'll give me far more control over the sanding process. I've just got to make sure that I don't sand through on some of the other pieces as I'm doing this. But with control of a sanding block, it's going to be far less dangerous. And I'm using this part of the board, the sanding block, which is a hard piece. If I go here, it'll run over the contours of what I want to do. I want to get this flat, so I'm using the hard surface on the back. All I'm doing is taking out the marks that the previous grade of abrasive we used left. And there it is. Looks as if it's been there forever. So I hope that's a little insight how you can fix up something that really you ruined and make a feature out of it. I showed somebody what I was doing the other day and they said, oh, I'm sure it's going to look really nice and as if it was always meant to be there. Well, you're right. If you can fix something that looks as if it was meant to have been there from the beginning, you're well on the way to making more mistakes but covering them up in a professional way. So that's it. How to repair a faux pas with some parquetry. This is Steve pulling the shed door down saying remember to keep it sharp, but more importantly, keep it safe. Look after yourself and I look forward to having your company in the workshop again very, very soon. Bye for now.